It's just something, looking at how the media is just going hard, man. We gotta free our minds and stay in peace. Don't fall victim to these stories. But yeah, I just want to say, don't let this media, you know what I mean? Don't let your consciousness become a dumpster for the media. And that's what we are allowing. We're allowing our consciousness to be dumpsters for the media. They just dump whatever they want. And, they ultimately know that consciousness, like I said before, is just basically the state of sensation, basically the awareness of something outside of you. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're receiving something in your ears, your eyes, you're aware of it. And the conditioning of our awareness, the conditioning of our consciousness, ultimately conditions our desires. Our desires come from the conditioning of our consciousness, our eye consciousness, ears, taste, all, you know what I'm saying? So just think, that's like if you never knew who Michael Jackson was, never heard none of his music. If you was to see a picture of Michael Jackson on TV, you wouldn't even know who that was, or you wouldn't even be able to have his voice in your head. But this is how they, you know what I'm saying, this is how they win, because even if you, like when you look now, knowing, once they program that Michael Jackson in your head, so every time you see a picture of him, it's an emotional connection, and it's a visual connection, and it's a sound connection, which is all consciousness, which is all your consciousness. So the fact that you can hear Michael Jackson's voice and then put a picture on how he looks, or just hear the voice and have an emotional connection within you, a sensation within you. So they're creating programs. So these celebrities and different things, religions, organizations, are just ultimately programs. You know what I'm saying? To keep you contained, because ultimately, like I said, with the consciousness, it's all us. You know what I'm saying? The consciousness is you. All 6 senses are consciousness. So it's ultimately you that you're interacting with through the sensations that you're connecting with. Those sensations cause desires. Desires come from sensations, certain pleasures, certain information that we want to receive. Once you know who Michael Jackson is, now that program is running to receive information, whether it's a fight that happened with Michael Jackson, a lawyer case, a court case, you know what I meant, a goddamn murder, anything that happens with Michael Jackson, it's gonna trigger you through your senses, your consciousness, because it's aware of it. Now that it made you aware of racism, now that it made you aware of, like, once it makes you aware of certain things, it just keeps the program running. So ultimately, we're only interacting with ourselves, because ultimately everybody's perception is perceived on what they desire, or the sensations or pleasures that they want to experience. So the fact that they can turn your consciousness into a dumpster just by dumping anything, false media stories, all type of things. So, it's deep, man. It's a deep thing. So I'm just looking at things, man, from a distance. But I see how everybody is getting riled up. They got everybody in their emotions right now, They can attack Mexican people. They can attack black people, any race they want, because they allowed you to connect your sensories to those names and titles and certain actions. So suppression, you know what I'm saying? We're associating black people with, being suppressed. They lock that into your consciousness. So you're associating that with you. So, like, it's deep, man. Like, they psychologically, like, taking, like, man, like, it's crazy. Like, it's a psychological war. Like, it's a psychological war, man. So don't let these programs keep running in your head, because these people are illusions. If you didn't have anything to resonate with the things that you repel against or attract in your life, there would be no desire. They have to create the condition to make it a desire for you to like drama. So the fact that we think that this is how quote unquote black people act or such and such a Christians act, they can put that perception out there and control your life. All by the way that you receive that information. Because ultimately, it's only one truth, and we just have perceptions of that truth. Our perceptions makes us fall short of that truth. You know, that's, for instance, me and somebody, I can be going back and forth with somebody arguing. Democrats, Republican, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Old school, hip hop, trap hip hop. At the end of the day, those are just perceptions of that one truth. So while we sitting here arguing over religion, I'm going back and forth with you with religion. You goddamn Buddha, I'm goddamn Catholic. We going back and forth with our perceptions. The whole time, the truth is there. Just there. So me and that person can die. And that's just like all these other people that's going back and forth over these religions. Eventually, these people are going to die. But you know what? The truth is alive. The truth is there. So these people can keep reincarnating until they fucking figure out, oh shit, I'm just using the fucking perception. The truth has already been there. I just had to open my eyes to be able to see it. That's what they do with these religions. It's fear. It's the difference between fear and awareness. My awareness gets me in check with the goddamn cycles of nature. My awareness, now I know not to put certain things in my body. My awareness of knowing myself puts me in a position to where I can walk accordingly to the frequencies that I resonate with. But yeah, it's a deep thing. We just got to be mindful. These programs are running. They're just running in your head. Aretha Franklin, Bill Nye the Science Guy, Oprah Winfrey, CNN News. All of these are just programs running. You give them power. We give it power. That's like if you don't like coffee, you don't give it energy. People that don't like coffee, they don't give it energy. I mean, well, some people do give it energy. They gotta hate on coffee, but that's what I'm saying. It's a conditioning to receive sensation. It's a desire. So you're gonna find yourself on one or the other end of that desire. That's the root of suffering, desires. You erase them desires, man, life is beautiful.